Leadership excellence doesn't come by chance. It is a journey that we all have to walk. And for you to be able to have a better opportunity to choose exactly the kind of leadership skills that you require, I have put together a bi-weekly newsletter on LinkedIn, and I started at beginning of last year. So right now, I've been thinking about it for a while, and right now I thought, well, maybe it's a good idea just to actually put it in video form as well, so you can even listen to this, because I think it is important that, and the first one was all about crafting leadership excellence, a jigsaw puzzle of personal growth. So every second week I provide another piece of the jigsaw puzzle. Is that exactly your jigsaw puzzle? I don't know. But I look forward to connecting with you and communicating with you that if there is a piece that I think I've now done 32 so far, that if there is one there, or if there is a missing piece that you would like me to talk into, you can always connect with me, and one of the next newsletters I will write into this. So over the next period, I'm going to put all of these newsletters in a kind of video form, which might make it easier because we read so many emails, we sit in front of our laptop all the time. You don't even have to watch me, but you can at least listen to the advice and the tips and the tools that I bring throughout all these different newsletters. Now, as we know, that leadership is actually a very multifaceted journey, and just like and that's why I did this, just like assembling a complex jigsaw puzzle, because each leadership's quality and trait acts as a unique piece, contributing to the overall picture of what an all-round leader should look like. Now, you might have a picture of what your leadership should look like, but as the creator of your leadership puzzle, you at least have the power to decide which pieces to add, how they fit together, and ultimately how clear the picture of your leadership will become. Now, in this exploration of leadership development, I delve into the idea that leaders actively drive their own growth by carefully selecting and placing each essential piece in their puzzle. And will that puzzle ever be complete? Probably not, because things keep evolving faster all the time, and we also need to stay relevant. But that's a story for, I think I also already put that in the importance of staying relevant as a leader. But what I will do here is briefly introduce several pieces to just kind of whet your appetite, not just for you to see the big picture, but as one size never fits all, for you to start creating your very own leadership jigsaw one piece at a time, for you to start thinking in which pieces do I need to add to my jigsaw to become a better leader. And one of them I want to talk into is about self-awareness. It is one of the cornerstone pieces of leadership, because just as every puzzle begins with a cornerstone piece, so does leadership development. Self-awareness serves as the foundational element, or at least one of them, allowing leaders to kind of understand their strengths, their weaknesses. I always call those their opportunities for improvement, values, and motivations. The quote, "Know thyself," which is also a stunning book by Stephen Fleming, talks into this very important aspect. This piece about self-awareness actually sets the stage for the entire puzzle, influencing the choices leaders make in terms of skills development and personal growth. Then the next one I really want to briefly talk into is communication skills. As leadership coaches, consultants, and executive coaches, we have spent a lot of time already with executives from all kinds of organizations around the world, and we found out the vast majority of the major challenges are because of a lack of effective communication. So this communication skills is really about connecting all the pieces. See, effective communication acts as the glue that connects the various pieces of leadership, like interlocking puzzle pieces. Strong communication skills facilitate understanding, collaboration, and the seamless integration of diverse talents within the team. See, that's also a big challenge, because with our global reach now, and even having global teams, there is so many diverse people in the team. To have an understanding and have effective communication takes a lot extra these days. See, leaders who prioritize communication create a clearer and more cohesive picture of their vision for the team. And Warren Buffett once was asked quite a few years ago now about the most important skill to master. And he never hesitated to say when he said, the skill of public speaking. Now that is a story all by itself, but as a young person still in university, the first time he signed up for a public speaking course, it was a Dale Carnegie course. He opted out, let's just say it that way. But the second time he paid with a check, and being who he is, then he knew he couldn't opt out again, so he needed to go because he paid for it. But and as I say, the rest is history. Now, empathy is another one, and that's about filling those gaps. See, it's a vital piece that bridges gaps between individuals. Just as a puzzle is incomplete without every piece in its place, a leader's understanding and consideration of others' perspectives, feelings, and needs are absolutely essential for creating a harmonious and inclusive work environment. Now, a great understanding of diversity, equity, and inclusion is a subject that when we see what's happening around the world, and how it applies to the people in our organization plays an important part in this area. Now, I think a lot of the time it's misunderstood because there is now a lot of exclusion. We want to favor one side over another. I don't want to ever get political, but there is things happening around the world where I feel that people. My wife is actually one of the foremost diversity, equity, and inclusion specialists in the world. Her name is Dr. Robberts. You can check her out. She's done this for more than 27 years. But so I've learned a lot. But I think people know there is diversity. People know there's equity, but what they really miss out is inclusion. And inclusion should mean all. And it doesn't matter. We don't have to send preference to one, but we need to understand others. We need to understand the genders, dare I say it. We need to understand race, culture, age, environment. All these kind of things have an influence about how good we become in inclusion of everybody, different languages, all these kind of things. But it is not about having some people taking a position just because. No, it is having the right people taking the right decision, but we need to be in the organizations. We need to include everything. So empathy is part of it, and I have done a newsletter about the need for diversity, equity, and inclusion as well. Then we've got decision making, another skill that is about finding the right fit. See, it's a central piece that requires careful consideration. Leaders must choose the right piece for the puzzle, making decisions aligned with their values and organizational goals. See, each decision, when based on those values and goals, and I will talk about values and goals as well, because Les Brown, my friend, the mentor, said a long time ago, leadership is failing around the world because of a lack of values. Now, that's a whole conversation, and I do a whole talk about values-based living, how to create a foundation for your life, business, and leadership development. But that is a story all by itself. But it will add clarity to the overall picture, shaping the path towards success. And it's got to be based on the solid foundation of values. Then, of course, adaptability, especially in this day and age. It is about then adjusting the pieces, because adaptability is really a dynamic piece that ensures the puzzle remains relevant in an ever-changing environment. Like a skilled puzzle solver, a leader who embraces adaptability can adjust the pieces to meet new challenges, create a resilient and forward-thinking leadership style. And then vision. Now, seeing the big picture, that's what that's really all about. And just as a puzzle picture starts to kind of emerge as individual pieces come together, I mean, luckily we've already usually got the box in front of us, which makes it a lot easier to kind of see the picture and build towards that picture. And that's really the vision. But leaders must have that clear picture of the future, inspiring and guiding their team towards shared goals. This overarching vision brings cohesion to the entire leadership puzzle. I've got two more for you just now, because I said I'll give you a taste of some of these things, and every one of them will be described in future videos. But I said, if you want to read about them already, connect with me on LinkedIn, or at least subscribe to my Leadership Excellence newsletter. But continuous learning. It's about staying relevant, adding new pieces to the puzzle. See, a leader's commitment to continuous learning represents an ongoing effort to add new pieces to the puzzle. And by staying curious, seeking new perspectives, and acquiring new skills, leaders can enrich their puzzle, ensuring that it remains relevant and vibrant over time. See, it's important to note here that leadership is all about self-leadership, which is all about personal growth, intentional, daily personal growth. I do a whole talk again about intentional living. And when I talk about intentional daily personal growth, I'm not talking about having good intentions, because we've all got them. But the difference between having good intentions and being intentional is that people who have good intentions might do something good occasionally, but people who live an intentional life do something good continually. That's a big difference. They get things done. But we need to be aware of that, and we need to build ourselves leadership. See, we've got all this transformational leadership, authentic leadership, now AI leadership, and the list is long. But leadership, as my friend and mentor John Maxwell said, is all about leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And it's all about building relationships. If you can't build relationships, you'll never be a good leader. And there are so many other things. I have a holistic approach to how we connect at the heart level rather than just the head level. And that really makes leaders bigger and better leaders. But that's for another day. So then we've got team building. And that is again about fitting pieces together, because team building is the art of fitting diverse teams and personalities together, creating a collaborative and high performance unit. See, we now do group and team coaching as well, because we know that it's so important, and it keeps coming up more and more. How to deal with diverse teams, how to put that puzzle together so they work like a well-oiled machine, and they're rowing all in the same direction. But leaders who excel in team building understand how to arrange the pieces, creating an environment where each member's strengths complements the weakness of others. Now, that gives you a bit of an insight, but in the grand kind of tapestry of leadership, every leader is the creator of their unique puzzle. By consciously selecting, arranging, and adding the right pieces for you, leaders can craft a comprehensive picture of what an all-round leader should actually look like. The leadership puzzle is a journey of self-discovery, continuous improvement, and a commitment to building a cohesive and impactful leadership style that inspires others to reach their full potential. You become a bigger and better role model, and we need more of you around the world at this time more than ever before. As you assemble your leadership puzzle, remember that each piece you add contributes to the clarity and brilliance of the overall picture, reflecting the leader you aspire to become. Now, the good news is that you do not have to struggle to gain this clarity all by yourself. Other people within your organization can and should add to the organizational leadership jigsaw as well as your personal one. You can get other people to become accountability partners. I would also, well, I am an executive coach anyway, but I would also recommend that you get a leadership or executive coach. We do both, because I have assisted many people through this sometimes perilous journey of leadership development and personal growth. They go hand in hand, for which there is no simple destination and sometimes no simple answer. It is that all-important journey which provides us the challenges and wisdom to become the person who will lead their teams, their company, and even their country in a way people will respect them, admire them, and aspire them to follow them in good times and in bad times. So I want to finish with this. Where are you on your leadership journey? What do you require to gain the skills and the tips and the tools to become a better leader and take your leadership level to the next level? Who do you require? Let's comment in the comments box. Talk to me about this, and if there's any areas that you would like me to discuss, I will certainly do so, because I've got a passion for leadership. I've got a passion for helping people and impacting people, and make sure that their personal growth will allow them to become the person they were meant to be. We all matter, you all matter. And for you to become the leader you want to be is my goal and dream, to walk that journey with you. I'll see you in the next time. Connect with me on LinkedIn or my other social media, Jan Robberts from Key Leadership Institute in Johannesburg, South Africa. Take care.